Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello guys, let me introduce myself. My name is Raihan Jogi Wono and I'm from the Department of English Academic from class 4B and my attendance list number is 39. Okay, that's all for me. And then let me tell you a story about the three little pig. So let's get into it. Okay, so once upon a time, there was Mama Pig who lived with her three little kids. They lived together happily in their house. But after a long time, year after year, finally the three little pig has been grown up. And because of that, it makes the Mama Pig thinks that her kids should be ready to leave their house uh, and start a new life. And because of that, the Mama Pig said to them, "Dear my son, please listen to me. Finally, you three has been grown up very well. So because of that, I suggest you to leave this house and try to find a new life, a new experience, a new house," said Mama Pig. And then the three little pig answered, "Yes, Mom, we agree with you." And then immediately they start to prepare their things to travel. After they have done the preparing their things, finally they're ready to travel to find their life. But before they go, their mom wants to give them her advice. Uh, and then she said, "Please send me a letter because I will miss you and don't forget to help each other and stay safe." After that, the three little pig says, "Yes, mom, thanks for the advice, and we will never forget it." After that, they immediately hug each other, and then, after the emotional event, finally, they together leave their house and start their journey to find their own life. And then, long short story, after the long journey, finally, they rest under the big tree and then start the campfire. Suddenly, at that moment, the first pig, which is the older pig, which is the older little pig, said to them that this is our chance to prove ourselves to mom that we can live by our own strength, said the first little pig. And then the second pig answered, "Yes, I also agree with you. So why we don't separate our way and make our own way," said the second little pig. And then the third little pig, which is the wiser and the youngest little pig, said, "Oh, I'm sorry guys, I'm not agree with you. Mom said that we must stay close together," said the youngest little pig. And then the oldest said, "Come on, little brother, we are not child anymore. We are not child anymore. Uh, we already can solve our problem and know which one must to do and must not to do," said the oldest little pig. And then the third little pig answered, "Okay, okay. So, but let me tell you about my idea," said the third little pig. And then the oldest little pig said, "Okay then, what's your idea?" said the oldest little pig. And then the third little pig said that, "Let's find our living place to build the house where we want." But remember for not too far from each other house, said the third little pig. And then the oldest little pig said, okay, okay, think that there will be no more trouble for us though, said the older little pig. And then in the next morning, they decided the place to build their house. And then immediately they tried to collect the materials to build their house. The first little pig wants to build his house with straw. He said that build house with straw material will be economical and easier to build. So he collect the straw from the field. And then the second little pig wants to build his hut with stick. He said that it will be more cooler and economical. So he find the stick in the forest. And then the third little pig, which is the wiser, want to build his house made out of the bricks. So it will be more secure and then more lasting. And then he start to make the bricks and the cement. And at the and at the end of the day, they gather to build the house together. The first pig finished his home made of straw because of the easiness, and then the second pig finished his house by the evening. He thinks that his house is stronger than the straw one. Although the two brothers took the less time to build their house, the third the third pig didn't bother about it, even though his brother always interrupt him. He still don't get bothered and finish his house. And then soon after all the house already finished, suddenly a wolf came and saw the three little pigs and decided to eat them. And then the wolf came to the first little pig doors and knocked, and he said, little pig, let me come in." And then the pig said, "No, by the hair of my teeny chin chin." Then the wolf replied, "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in," said the wolf. And then the pig said, "I don't care, do whatever you want," said the little pig. Then the wolf blew the strong air on the little pig house, and then suddenly everything just flew away and broke the first little pig house that makes from the straw. And then after the house of the first little pig broke, the first little pig ran away to the second little pig house. He is very scared and asked help for the second little pig. And then the second little pig let the first little pig come to her house and immediately closed the door. After that, the wolf come and tried to open the door, and then the wolf said, little pig, let me come in." And then the second pig said, "No, by the hair of my chinny chin chin." And then the wolf replied again, "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in." And then the wolf blew the house again with the strong air. And then with the all of his strength, finally the second little pig house has been broken. And finally they very scared about the wolf, and then they ran away from that house and tried to reach the third little pig house. So after that, the third little pig just let them come to his house and start to defend their house together. And then suddenly the big bad wolf come again and try to find a way to open the house. And then the wolf said, little pig, let me come in." And then the pig said, "No, pay the hair of my chinny chin chin," the chinny chin chin. And then the house said, "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in," said the wolf. And then the wolf start to blow strong the house with the full fill of the air from from their lungs. And then and then and then he finally failed. So finally, he tried to blow the house again and he still failed. And then at the third time of blow, they finally gave up and fainted to the ground. And then finally the second and first little pig finally crawled out to the house and throw away the wolf to the forest, and they finally live happily ever after. Okay, so that's all about my storytelling about the three little pig. So I hope you guys enjoy it.